What is up, guys? Archon, and I'm here bringing you guys another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Final Fantasy VII main theme trailer, or reacting to. So I may pause the video periodically just to give my thoughts on some things, and I'll try to keep some of them short if I don't pause the video when I'm talking. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and break this bad boy down.
So, what did you want to talk about?
So
When
this is
spring comes, I'm leaving
past.
town. I'm going to Midgar. I'm going to be a soldier.
Quick thing I'd like to note is that the sky there looked amazing in the original, and I think it looks even better in the remake. That's just one of the personal things I noticed back in the day when I was playing the game.
The best of the best, like Sephiroth.
Cloud still idolizes Sephiroth. So it looks like Jenova's going to get her own room a bit earlier on in the game, and Sephiroth's going to make his first appearance way early on.
Tell me, is it really you?
You recall Sephiroth could form from the appendages of Jenova that are scattered throughout the world. So I'm wondering if that isn't just a limb of Jenova, or if it really is Sephiroth, and they've just kind of changed what happened to him after Cloud dumped him into the Mako reactor.
On schedule.
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider.
There's Reeve.
No, begging.
Director Twisty.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
I'm Dagger.
Mako supersaturation confirmed.
Engaging materia cooling to reduce
There's
temperature.
Scarlet.
Madam Director, you have a meeting shortly.
Stop. Your timing is impeccably atrocious.
Oh dear.
So, quick note, the first three people that we see from the, I guess we'll just call them directors, Reeve, Heimdegger, and Scarlet, those are about how I would imagine they would look for the remake. Whereas Palmer here, I don't know if I would ever picture him being old like this. Because in the original, I don't know if it's just because they couldn't do anything with like facial expressions doing polygons, but I always thought he was just as young as they were.
Oh,
or about Reeves' age.
A man of my refined taste, running out of butter.
Welcome to the Honeybee Inn, Cloud. True beauty is an expression of the heart. A thing without shame, to which notions of gender don't apply. Perfection.
Not a word.
So I wonder if this dress here will be customizable, or if the Honeybee Inn only has like a linear line where you can only get, this particular dress. I guess the other thing that would come to question is if that's the case and everything's done just in the Honeybee Inn as a cutscene, that means you don't have to run out Marketplace anymore to get the materials in order to get Cornero to pick Cloud. Is the player going to have any input on who gets chosen?
Not even one?
No!
But you're so pretty.
Today's bride to be is.
Today's?
Pathetic.
Huh? Which one of you said that? You got a mouth on you.
So I wonder if that means Cloud's just automatically chosen.
Having a wonderful time kicking the hornet's nest.
You know what
That answers my other question.
A second dance. Just the two of us.
Guessing this dude's the main antagonist for the start of the game.
A fascinating question.
Oh, did it just talk?
I am that which you see before you. Nothing more.
So Red 13 here looks pretty interesting. Let's go ahead.
That which you see.
If you look at his lower stomach, it almost looks like he's been malnourished by Hojo. You can kind of see his ribs poking out there on the side, or what I would assume is his ribs. Maybe it's part of his back because the skeleton's the way it is. But you can tell he's in rough shape here.
Before you. Nothing more.
A touching reunion.
Quick note: Cloud in his Buster Sword had two magic materia. For those wondering, watch. For those keeping score at home, there is 2 magic materia in that Buster Sword. And he still has the Buster Sword. I'm pretty sure that change is based on what weapon he's using, so I don't know if they just kept the Buster Sword for the cinematic trailer, or if the weapon just doesn't change because it's a cinematic. The other interesting thing is, like I said before at the start of the trailer, Sephiroth does make an appearance early, and it looks like it's the real deal here. It doesn't look like he's an appendage of Jenova.
A touching reunion.
Making reference to the reunion that happens later.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct. I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
Maybe that's not the real the real Sephiroth then. That is actually a Genova appendage. Because basically what happens with the reunion is that it calls out to everybody who's infected with Genova cells, and Cloud at this point is infected with Genova cells due to what happened with the experiments Hojo performed when Zack and him were taken into the Nibelheim mansion. So it's kind of interesting. They also changed it to where Hojo actually now recognizes Cloud as an official experiment, whereas before, once you get to the beginning of Disc 2 and you make it to the cave for the reunion, Hojo's like, you don't even have a number. Who are you? You're just a failure. And didn't even recognize Cloud as, you know, part of the experiment, whereas now, obviously, he's, I guess, a piece of the experiment. Cloud have a... What is that?
Come on.
Does Cloud have a gun? It almost looks like he has a gun there. For long range combat? See, oh no, the weapon does change. It's a different weapon. What is that? Yeah, it looks like a gun, kind of. So I guess for range combat, Cloud's gonna use a different weapon.
Avalanche ain't Butao of anybody, fucker.
There's Leviathan. So you'll have Leviathan right around the time the whole sector collapses.
We don't need more attention than
Before the invasion into Shinra HQ. Choco Mog. I want to say this Moogle render is really different than in most Final Fantasies. It looks like a, sorry, I'm trying to get a good shot of him.
We're here to rescue Aerith, remember? We don't need more attention than what we're
I noticed it before. He looks kind of like a koala. Dang it, Mog, still. It kind of looks like a Mog here, or like a koala without the buck teeth. His mouth is closed. That's something I'd point out. I wonder if you can also get Chubby Chocobo off the Choco Mog summon like you could before in the original. Or if Fat Chocobo is going to be its own thing.
Think about what that means to Shinra's scientists.
Barrett.
What that means to Shinra's
So the interesting thing here is that Barrett actually doesn't have his gun arm right now. He has a sword type weapon equipped. So Barrett's going to also have close range weaponry. I wonder if it does more damage than his long range stuff.
This is
The source of everything. Genova.
Yeah, okay, so that
Source
Sephiroth we've seen was
everything.
just an appendage.
Genova.
Think about what that means to Shinra's scientists.
This is the same room they were just in when Cloud was knocked down. Maybe not. Maybe it's the chamber where Red comes up and you meet Red for the first time.
This is
So
The source.
that Sephiroth
of
image breaks away,
Genova.
showing us Genova for the first time. Gotta say, Genova looks about what you would expect Genova to look like. At least the original forms of Genova. There's the Airbuster fight where Cloud goes down into the marketplace area. Or the church. One interesting thing to note here is that this enemy here was actually just a random encounter in the original game. Just like a security drone of Shinra, so it's kind of interesting. I wonder if it's going to be like a little mini-boss or something? Got a promotion?
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real
There's the
enemy.
escape from
I
the falling
promise
sector.
you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help.
And these
all of you.
apparitions of
And
fate or
the
whatever. Kind of curious what role they're going to play in the game. If they're going to, like, if that's why some of the things are different, like Sephiroth appearing earlier in the game. Genova appearing earlier in the game. Because from what I remember, the first Genova fight isn't until the Junon ship when everybody gets slaughtered and you go down into that little cubby den there where the Genova arm was being held. And it manifests itself as Genova Life, I think is what it is. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the reaction to the trailer. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything I missed down below that you guys noticed. I think I covered a good portion of the video. At least I seen a good portion of it. I'm sure there was a lot of the things in like the fast shots that I'd have to slow down in order to actually catch. But let me know what you guys think of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Do you guys like that they kept the Honeybee Inn scene in? I know a lot of people were like, please keep that in just because it was such an iconic scene for the game. I'm glad to see that they're keeping it. I'm a little disappointed that they're changing it a bit, in the sense that it doesn't seem like player input's going to be allowed for changing who wins at Cornero's mansion. Because it looks like everything is just done at the Honeybee Inn. There's no running around Marketplace collecting all of the different items that you need in order to, you know, get Cloud to win or get Aerith to win or Tifa. It's just going to be Cloud, it looks like, maybe. from how Cornero was taking an interest in him after he said what he did. So let me know down below what you guys think. Also, what do you guys think of the release date being delayed by almost a month? I'm happy. I'm fine with it being moved from March 20th to April 10th, just from the sense that the game needed more polish, is what they said, and it looks like they're giving the game more polish. This trailer looks absolutely incredible. There really isn't anything that looks insanely bad, like noticeably bad, like you can see in other games like Warcraft 3, for example. That was a recent example that just came out. So I'm glad that they're putting more time into it. Honestly, if they were to delay it again, I would be okay with that, just because, again, I want this game to be good when it comes out. I don't want it to be a disappointment. Like, I'm just going to say it now, like Kingdom Hearts 3 was. Kingdom Hearts 3 to me was a pretty big disappointment from them. I wish it would have had more development time so they could have fleshed out more of the story, could have fleshed out more things. Hopefully they learned their lesson and 7 will have that. But anyways, guys, like I said, let me know down below what your thoughts are, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Later. Oh, by the way, I'll put the IGN link down below so you guys can go find the trailer that I used for this video.